I am Tonie Smith. Currently, I am the adult CTE drone course instructor. This is my third year in drone instruction with the district, but I've been involved in the drone industry and teaching drones for groups of all ages for the past 5 years, I'd say. So it's been nice to kind of bring it from the field into the classroom. Really, when people are coming into the classroom, their time is as valuable as ours. And I wanted to make sure that they were able to make the most of their instructional time and the time that they did have. Many of the students have other responsibilities, and sometimes they even have work scheduling conflicts with class. But if they really have an active interest, I wanted to provide an option for them to keep up. Also, with the way that health concerns have been over the last few years since pandemic, I also wanted to have a way for students who maybe had a fever, weren't feeling the best, to feel like they could stay home and not fall behind. But then also encourage sick students to stay home so that the other students weren't impacted by them coming into class. So HyFlex, to me, it just made sense because it offered the flexibility that my students needed, but then also gave them the opportunity to really stick with the coursework and complete it on time without disrupting whatever activities they had outside of class. So the owl obviously is great for in class. And so having that camera, I feel like it really lets the students that are not present in the classroom feel like they're still part of the classroom. They can interact directly since it's voice activated. They can speak to the students in the class and vice versa. But then also, having the smartboard access there and the way our classroom is set up, even if we're working in small groups and I'm not necessarily directly managing what's happening on the board, the students can interact with the board as well, and the students that are connected virtually. The other tool that's been helpful is Microsoft Teams. So for all of our classroom assignments, chat, materials that we upload, it's part of their professional development that I get them used to using Microsoft's suite of products. And Microsoft has integrated really well. Like there's a lot of the tools and things that are very HyFlex compatible. So we can record the lectures. I can share the screen. I can do annotations. I can, upload materials and then save the recordings in a calendar feature that allows them to go back and review based on topic and based on the days that they wanted to either study or days that they'd missed, weren't able to connect live, and that they can go back and watch those directly on Teams. I think it just highlighted the value of exposing our adult students of all ages to technology in general. Everyone has a certain level of discomfort with a learning curve, even sometimes the teachers ourselves. We have challenges when it comes to implementing new things in the classroom. And so the professional development was helpful because it helped me, I guess, to solidify my choices of making sure that we can incorporate technology like HyFlex and distance learning into the options for our students, because if they're not exposed to it in our classroom, they will be somewhere. So it's better for them to learn along with us as we have no new tools and expose them to those things so that, they have that as an advantage in the workplace. I say don't be afraid. It does take a little bit maybe at first to get used to it. Talk to other teachers, whether it's in your subject matter or who are using similar curriculum, to see, what tips and tricks they've used to incorporate it into the classroom. And then really maybe ask some of the students who have had HyFlex how it's benefited them, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's the biggest motivation. If the students are benefiting, they're happy with it. Although, technology, it's always frustrating that the benefits far outweigh some of the challenges that come along with getting it set up at first.